Indian Motorcycle's new Scout blows Harley Davidson away. Let's get into it. Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. I hope you're all well. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. So, Indian Motorcycles, they've just released their Indian Scout lineup. The brand new, revamped with a 1250cc liquid-cooled engine. It's got new lines, it's got new shapes, it's got a little bit of new everything. It looks the part. A few different flavours in there to suit your palate. So all is well for Indian Motorcycles, right? It's their biggest seller, the Indian Scout. But does this just show that Harley Davidson, well, where are you? Now, I'm not really talking about the company like for like here, or Indian are better than Harley Davidson. I'm talking really just about the Scout. The Scout versus the RevMax engine motorcycles from Harley Davidson. Namely, the Sportster S, but also really the Nightster and the Nightster Special. That, you know, which is better out of the two? Well, I would say the Indian Scout. Now, this is not because I'm anti-Harley Davidson or anything like that. It's purely, I'm just looking at the motorcycles and I'm saying, well, actually, that looks a lot better than that. Now, when I rode the Harley Davidson Nightsters, I've said, first and foremost, actually, the shape is not too bad. The left side, yeah, it's a bit naff, but the right side looks a bit better. But it's the engine. I said the 1250cc engine actually needs to be in the Nightster. And then I think you got more of a motorcycle. I don't really rate the Sportster S in terms of looks, but in terms of power, yeah. So put that engine into the Nightster, then I think you got a bit of a motorcycle, and certainly one that challenges the likes of the Scout. The Scout lineup has got, as I say, they've got flavour for all sorts of tastes. Whereas the Harley Davidsons, they don't have that. So here's another aspect I want to kind of throw your way as well. Am I just making this video? Am I just saying this because Indian Motorcycles have just released a new bike? It could be Triumph, it could be BMW, it could be Ducati, a Honda. As soon as a new bike is revealed, then all of a sudden we kind of say, what now? Are these the best? Are they much better than Harley Davidson? Are they much better than a Suzuki or a Kawasaki or whatever it is? We start making these comparisons straight away because the latest offering from any manufacturer, all the eyes of the motorcycling press and YouTube accounts and all that sort of stuff, they'll go to this brand new motorcycle. Oh, look at this. And they give you all the specs and how great it is. And I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to say that just because it's brand new, it's so much better. It's the best thing on the market, because I just don't know. Certainly from looks and initial specs and the info that I got from Indian Motorcycles beforehand, yeah, they are great bikes. They are great motorcycles. My point here is that Indian Motorcycles, they've released a new bike, so all the attention is on this new Scout range. Therefore, the logical comparison is to say, well, are they better than the competition? Now, you've got obviously the Scouts, you've got the Nightster from Harley Davidson. I suppose from Honda, you've got the CMX 1100, haven't you? So that's the kind of bike that we're kind of be comparing in terms of style, in terms of performance and usability, right? So when I look at Harley Davidson, ignore Honda, right? But when I'm looking at Harley Davidson, I think it's a bit lackluster. There's not a lot there to offer. There's not a lot there to whet the appetite. Nothing new. Now, that's not to say that the Nightster and Sportster are bad bikes, but all I'm saying is that all the attention now is on Indian Motorcycles. They're ringing the bell, they're grabbing your attention. And what are Harley Davidson doing? In the previous video, I talked about, well, what are Harley Davidson doing in terms of their Revolution Max engine bikes? Is there a small chance that that Bronx might finally come to the market? Is it still going to be with a 975 engine, or really should they put the beefier 1250? Harley Davidson, if you're listening to me, I know you're not going to watch my channel, but if you're listening to me, the only Revolution Max engine bike that you should be putting in a Nightster or a Nightster Special, or definitely in the Bronx, if it ever comes to market, is a 1250. A high performance, in inverted commas, sportier engine. That's what you need. You don't want something that's dull. Now, you would think that 975cc engine should have a bit of poke to it. but it hasn't really. So that's why you want the 1250 in there. And guess what? Indian Motorcycles, they've put a 1250 engine in these bikes, and yeah, they've changed the shapes, and they look good. They look good. Now the proof is going to be eating of said pudding. It's going to be when you ride them, how they feel, you know, how they hold up in terms of reliability, in terms of performance, in terms of all sorts of metrics that you want to gauge it against. But in terms of just the attention, they've got it now. In terms of the lineup, they got the variations, they've got the looks, and yeah, they're competitive on price as well. And also they got a dealership network that appears to be growing, not only in the United States, but also around Europe as well. There seems to be a growing dealership network. Now, I don't know exactly how many new dealerships are opening up. I know I've got a new one near me. But look, this is good stuff from Indian. They're not only selling the kind of motorcycles that Harley Davidson are making, they're offering a little bit more, especially with the FTR. Harley Davidson caught up with the Pan America. And again, I always thought that the Revolution Max engine bikes, well, there'd be more of them. They'll be making much more of a play on those bikes. But they haven't. So you've got to ask questions. So are they just blowing Harley Davidson out the water right now in that kind of sector? Well, I would say, yeah. I would say absolutely they are. If you're kind of looking at the Scout, if you're kind of looking at the FTR, if you're kind of looking bikes up to the Chief, the Sport Chief, let's say, then Indian are doing very well. They're offering some really nice bikes to the market. Whereas Harley Davidson, yeah, they're great bikes, don't get me wrong, but it just seems that the Revolution Max engine bikes have kind of fallen a bit flat. It's gone a bit stale. Let's just say that way. It's gone a bit stale. The Cruisers, you kind of wanted a little bit more of an injection into that. And of course, they're just offering the high-end bikes, the high-end Taurus. And we know what's happened with the CVO emphasis this year from Harley Davidson. That's all well and good. That's all really nice. But when a competitor comes in with a new range of bikes, and then all of a sudden, we, as motorcycling public, as press, as YouTube accounts, we're going to go, wow, look at this. This is amazing. It doesn't necessarily mean it's that much better, but what it means is that they're doing something. So we're waiting now for the response from Harley Davidson. What will it be? And also, let's not forget the response from other motorcycle manufacturers, let's say like a Triumph, like a BMW, like a Ducati, like any other brand, to say, well, hold on a minute, Indian are doing this, what are we going to do now? What motorcycle are we going to bring to market that's going to compete in that sector? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. But have Indian blown Harley Davidson away in this kind of Scout Revolution Max Nightster market? Have they just blown them out of the water? I think they have. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. And I will catch you again on another video coming very soon. Bye now.